Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Mrteamguy with another episode of Gaming Spotlight. Today I want to talk about an action strategy game called Total War Warhammer II. It was developed by Creative Assembly and published by Sega, and released on September 28, 2017. Sequel to award-winning Total War Warhammer. Total War Warhammer II introduces a breathtaking campaign of exploration and conquest across a new world. Total War Warhammer II is a strategy game of titanic proportions. Choose from 4 unique varied factions and wage war. Just finished my first campaign and absolutely loved it. It runs smoothly, even better than the first. Races are even more different to each other than in the previous game and more depth has been added. Protecting your cities and strategizing your path to achieve while carefully looking on other factions is surprisingly fun and interesting. Also, a way we have spaced quest battles and missions is much smoother than Warhammer 1. The treasure-seeking, risk and reward events and opportunities add a lot of excitement and actual strategy. The treasure hunting can give you a huge lump sums, or factions-wide buffs, or even items for a new lord you want to buff. Treasure appears very frequently in the sea, leading me to strategically plan conquests on a coast to monopolize treasure events. But there's a frequently risk, at least while exploring ruins, and my legendary lord was put out of action at the beginning of a campaign for a few turns, thanks to aggressive treasure hunting. Faction diversity in gameplay feels even greater than the first game, despite 2 alien factions, which I was little worried about. This Warhammer has the benefit of all the past factions being included in campaign. Fought not playable opponents are very diverse, which makes the world seem bigger and more interesting. Real-time battles have become even more intense. Not only have graphics and animation taken a step up here, but the army abilities and new maps are great. But what stands out to me the most of a bat is the magic integration. Magic has come into its own, feeling just right to me. I faced Lizardmen and I know when I'm in for hurt. Magic actually is really powerful here. A well-timed spell can actually shift an entire fight. Whirlwind spells are much slower now, and don't fly off in random directions before doing any real damage. They still go random directions but slowly. Unfortunately, sieges still suck. Not much more to say there. In the last Warhammer, when your factions captured a settlement belonging to a different race, the settlement changed appearance to suit your faction. As example, when you capture a Dark Elf settlement as High Elves, your High Elves live in Dark Elves towers and towns. Very distracting and immersion breaking. Your settlements don't look like your settlements unless you take them from your race. More could be wished of multiplayer online and customization, even basic battle map customization, time of day where your army spawns. Online region map like Shogun, the AI now aggressively expands against you. On the race front, all of the starting 4 races, High Elves, Dark Elves, Lizardmen and Skaven, play noticeably differently. This presents a player a truly fresh feeling for each campaign. And the starting positions all offer a structured scenario from which you can then launch off into a greater world and craft your own story. Ultimately, the new Vortex campaign mechanic gives the campaign stability which was sorely lacking in all previous Total Wars. I really wish there was a better ranking system than thumbs up or thumbs down from these. The game is a great expansion on the original Total War Warhammer. However, all the new and bright shiny things don't take away from the core problems of the series as a whole, and introduces a few new ones. The long list of grievances will be in a bullet point format. Building empire with ally is still very limited. Let them grow with you and they will never confederate despite you being over 200 rating with them and being 10 plus rank lower than you. The new mechanic added is absolutely nightmare if you want to do more than sit in a small territory playing spreadsheet simulator, aka Romance of Three Kingdoms. The first couple rituals are not bad. But after a third, they spawn massive 20-stack armies in random spots all over your empire, and go on a rampage attacking the most obscure outposts that have nothing to do with the channeling event. The worst part is you can see how the factions that need to do the hiring are losing out, and are definitely not sitting on a stockpile of gold. There really needs to be a pacing mechanic in which everyone, player and AI, cannot field 20-stack armies until later in the game, until perhaps we conquered enough territories to support a massive military complex. As it stands, it's whoever has the most 20 stacks is rank 1 and can auto-result to victory. Even adding a mechanic of supply and replacement lines would greatly counter this. Assigning these routes could also allow for local recruitment bonuses at the front, and allows weaker nations to contribute to war efforts, by disrupting them with smaller armies and skirmish-based scenarios. With increased level cap you also have more points to spend and really flesh out and customize your characters. There's also a new skill to make your high-level lords come back just like named characters. So no more grieving when you lose that hero that has been with you since the start. Vortex campaign is pure bliss. You can play it sandbox like an old-fashioned Total Wars. or a hybrid sandbox story where you are fighting to take control of a vortex in a race with other main factions, to complete your rituals and claim victory in an epic ultimate battle to win the campaign. The new cinematic style is epic. It really works with a Warhammer world as it's always been full of top-notch artwork, and the cinematics really bring it to life and tell a story unlike anything we have seen in a Total War before. Basically, a great choice to strategy gamers, and a must-have to any Total War fan. So yeah, I definitely recommend this game to you. Okay, this is your boy Mr. Team Guy with another episode of Gaming Spotlight. Just wanted to say thanks for watching and have a nice day.